My name is Dennis Deal. I've been involved with dwarf car racing since about the early 90s. At that point, I bought a car and had raced it for a good 15 years. Early in the dwarf car stages that I was in, I started a magazine called Dwarf Car Racer Magazine. It had grown to about 1,000 subscribers, and at that point it was becoming a full-time job, and I already had a full-time job, so I didn't need another one. So I had decided to sell the magazine. At that point I sold it to Walt Breeding, who owns Pro Chassis Race Cars, which is the founding father of the Mod Lights. Well, in the very beginning, Ernie was the one that created dwarf cars. He had come up with the idea, and him and a couple friends had gotten involved with building the dwarf cars, and from there it grew to what it is. But Ernie got involved with a gentleman by the name of John Kane and John Proctor, and they had started a dwarf car company. John Kane and Humpy Wheeler got together early on in dwarf car racing, and Humpy Wheeler had come up with the idea of legend cars. Well, he kind of got with John Kane because he needed John Kane's input on how to make these little cars. And as a result of it, they came out with the idea. John had certain ideas that he felt that Humpy needed to do, but Humpy, being who he is, the owner of Charlotte Motor Speedway and very big up in NASCAR, he was going to do it his way regardless of what John Kane said. So John Kane kind of fell out of the program real quick. With Ernie's abilities, I feel that if he would have stayed in the racing area of dwarf cars, it would be, you would see some cars that would be similar to Camaros, Chevelles, the newer late model cars, and I think the younger generation would have grasped it. Dwarf cars, as you know, are basically cars from the 30s and the 40s. Then the Mod Lights came in, so they're a little more modern looking, but I truly feel that if Ernie would have stayed in the racing part of it, you would see another class of cars that would have been just as popular as the 30 and 40 dwarf cars as what they are today.